Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something we all deal with, our weak feelings. These are the doubts, fears, and worries that stop us from being our best selves. We all have them. But here's what's true. You are not your weak feelings. Sometimes life feels too hard. The world feels heavy. We wonder if we're good enough, or if we have any strength. But we can't let these quick, bad moments stay with us forever. Feeling weak isn't forever, unless we let it be. It's just a feeling, not who you are. We all have the power to rise up. Our real strength isn't about never feeling weak. It's about standing tall even when we do. It's about saying, these feelings won't control me. So, how do we get rid of these weak feelings? By changing how we think and what we believe about ourselves. First, we need to face them. Weak feelings grow stronger when we keep them secret or try to ignore them. The more we hide them, the more power they have. So, meet them head on. Ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Look deep. Weakness often comes from bad stories we tell ourselves, stories that aren't true. Break free from those stories. Second, change your focus from what you can't do to what you can do. There will always be things you can't control. But you can control what you do. You can control how you react. You can choose to grow, even when times are tough. So, stop looking at what's going wrong and start thinking about what you can do to make it better. Every small step forward is progress. And last, we must remember that we are enough. Weak feelings often come from believing we aren't good enough, strong enough, or smart enough. But remember this, you are whole. You are complete. You are much stronger than you think. Your worth isn't about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. If you've been knocked down, get up. If you felt beaten, get up. If someone made you feel small, get up. The power to get up is inside you. So today I ask you, let go of those weak feelings. Not because they don't matter, but because you are stronger than them. Let them fade away as you grab hold of your real strength, your ability to bounce back, and your power. Remember, your journey isn't about avoiding weakness. It's about using your strength every single day. Because the strongest thing you can do is never let your weak feelings tell you who you are. Facing your weak feelings isn't just knowing they're there. It's about standing up to them with courage. Feelings like fear, doubt, and worry get bigger when we try to push them away or pretend they're not there. But these feelings are just that, feelings. They come and go. When we run from them, they start to run our lives. We think if we ignore them, they'll disappear. But they just get stronger in the dark. We often think being strong means never feeling weak. But real strength comes from facing things that make us uncomfortable, things that scare us. Facing your weak feelings is the first step to knowing that they don't make you who you are. They are not forever. They don't own you. They are like short-term visitors, and you get to decide if they stay or go. Think about a time you felt unsure. Maybe about a choice or a problem, or just that feeling of not good enough we all have. How did you react? Did you hide, try to stop feeling it, or bury it deep? Or did you take a step towards it, see it, question it, and stand your ground? Facing weak feelings means more than just noticing them. It means really dealing with them. It means looking them in the eye and asking, why are you here? What are you trying to tell me? Every feeling, good or bad, carries important information. Weak feelings aren't just blocks. They are messages. They tell us where we need to grow, heal, or change. The more we run, the longer they stay unsolved. When doubt creeps in, don't silence it. Ask yourself, where is this doubt from? Is it because of things that happened before? Is it from what someone else said? Or is it just fear of what's next? Finding the root of your weak feelings helps you know how to deal with them. Sometimes our doubts are just our fears showing up. Fear of failing, fear of being rejected, fear of not being good enough. These are normal fears, but they are not the truth. When we face them, we see them for what they are, feelings that pass, that only control us if we let them. Facing weak feelings also means changing how you see things. Instead of seeing them as problems or faults, start seeing them as chances to grow. When doubt comes, it's a chance to believe in yourself more. When fear shows up, it's a chance to be brave. When you feel unsure, it's a chance to remember your worth. Every hard moment is a chance to prove to yourself that you are bigger than what is trying to hold you back. But facing feelings doesn't mean fighting or rejecting them. It means letting yourself feel them without judging yourself, without shame. We've been taught that sad or scary feelings are a sign of weakness. But feelings are just part of being human. They are meant to be felt. The problem comes when we fight them or let them take over. When we face weak feelings, we must let go of the idea that we should always be strong, calm, or perfect. Life isn't about avoiding feelings, but about feeling them and learning from them. It's okay to feel weak sometimes. It's okay to feel scared, unsure, or worthless. Those feelings don't make you weak. They make you human. Facing them means accepting that you can feel them without letting them eat you up. Imagine you're looking in a mirror. You see all your good points, but also the flaws, the doubts, the worries you try to hide. Instead of looking away, take a deep breath and stand tall. Look at yourself with kindness. Know that these weak feelings are part of you, but they don't define you. You can choose how to react. You can choose to rise above them. Facing weak feelings also means allowing yourself to be open. Being open is often seen as a weakness, but it's actually one of the strongest things you can do. Being open means you're willing to show your true self, without hiding, even when it's uncomfortable. Only by being open can we start to heal, grow, and change. We don't have to hide our feelings in shame. We can stand with them, feel them fully, and then decide how we want to move forward. One reason we often avoid facing weak feelings is fear of what others will think. We worry that if others see us struggle, they'll think less of us. But everyone feels weak sometimes. Everyone has doubts and fears. Our strength isn't in the feeling itself, but in how we deal with it. When we face our weak feelings, we show the world that we're not afraid to be real. We're not afraid to be open. And by doing this, we inspire others to do the same. Think about a time you saw someone else face their weak feelings. Maybe a friend, a coworker, or a famous person. You saw them struggle, but you also saw them get through it. How did that make you feel? I bet it made you respect them even more, because you saw their courage in being open. Facing weak feelings doesn't make you smaller. It makes you bigger. It shows your inner strength. It shows you can face hard things and still move ahead. Another key part of facing weak feelings is learning to let go of needing to be perfect. Many of us are scared to face our feelings because we think we should have everything figured out. We want to look strong, steady, and perfect. But perfection is a made-up idea. No one has it all together all the time. The more we chase perfection, the further we get from being truly human. To face your weak feelings means accepting that you're not perfect, that you don't have to have all the answers, and that's fine. When we face our weak feelings, we create a space for healing. Healing isn't a straight line. There will be good days and bad days, steps forward and steps back. But every time you face your weak feelings head-on, you take one more step to heal. It might not feel like progress right then, but every time you see a weakness without letting it control you, you are building your strength to bounce back. You are growing the emotional muscles you need to face even bigger problems later. Getting through tough times is not easy, and it doesn't happen fast. It takes strength, a strong will, and the ability to turn problems into ways to grow. Everyone, at some point, faces hard times that seem too big to handle. These struggles can feel like they define us. But it's important to know that hard times don't have to write your whole story. It's not the hard time itself that shapes us, but how we react to it. Getting through hard times means not letting life's problems keep you down, no matter how heavy or long the struggle. One of the most important parts of getting through hard times is how you see things. It's easy to think of problems as huge, lasting, and everywhere, like they're the only thing that exists right then. When we face hard times, it often feels like we're stuck, where every try to move forward is met with another block. But the key to getting through hard times is learning to change your view. To see the challenge not as a wall, but as a chance to grow. Hard times aren't something to avoid or fear. They are something to face, learn from, and use to push you forward. When you face hard times, your first feeling might be to step back or shut down. But instead, try to think about the situation differently. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? Often, the hardest experiences teach us the most. The problems that seem impossible to solve are the ones that teach you the most about yourself, your strength, and the world. By changing your focus from the pain or struggle to the chance to grow, you can find meaning in the hard times. This change in view lets you see the experience as a teacher, rather than just something you have to suffer through. Another key part of getting through hard times is being able to bounce back. This isn't about avoiding problems, but about being able to get back up after them. Life has ups and downs, and bouncing back is the strength that keeps us going when things get hard. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't go as planned, especially when we've put so much into something. But bouncing back means you don't let failure, rejection, or hard times break you. Instead, you let those experiences make you stronger. It's about finding the courage to keep going even when you don't know what will happen. Bouncing back is built through experience. The more you face and get through hard times, the better you become at handling whatever comes next. Getting through hard times also needs you to believe strongly in yourself. It's easy to doubt yourself when problems arise, especially when things don't go as expected. But self-doubt only keeps you stuck in bad thoughts. Believing in yourself means trusting that you have the strength, the smarts, and the ways to handle tough situations. It means knowing that even if you don't have all the answers now, you will figure things out as you go. It's the belief that no matter how hard the situation is, you can get through it. This belief in yourself gives you the courage to take risks, to keep moving forward, and to trust that you will come out stronger. One of the best ways to get through hard times is to focus on now. When we face problems, it's easy to worry about what if and what the future holds. We worry about how things will end, how long the fight will last, and if we'll make it. But the future is unknown, and worrying about it only stops you from acting now. Getting through hard times means focusing on what you can do right now, today. What can you control today? What steps can you take today to move forward? By focusing on now, you free yourself from fear and doubt, and you can take real steps that will help you get through your problems. Support is also very important for getting through hard times. No one should have to face problems alone. It's easy to feel by yourself when you're struggling, especially if you think others don't understand. But we all face different kinds of hard times, and asking for help can be one of the strongest ways to get through it. Whether it's friends, family, or a professional, having someone to talk to lean on, and to guide you through tough times can make all the difference. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. It takes strength to say you need support, and that support can give you the strength you need to keep going. Another key part of getting through hard times is patience. We live in a world that wants quick fixes and instant results. But getting through hard times is rarely fast. It takes time, being stubborn, and patience to get through tough moments. It's important to remember that healing, growth, and change don't happen on a set schedule. Sometimes you have to let yourself be where you are, accept that you might not have all the answers, and that's okay. Patience is about letting yourself go through the process, trusting that even when progress feels slow, it's still progress. Getting through hard times isn't a race. It's a journey. And every step forward, no matter how small, is a win. Getting through hard times also means finding strength in being open. It's easy to think that being strong means being quiet, hiding your feelings, and pretending everything is okay. But real strength comes from being honest about your struggles, from letting yourself be open, and from accepting that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. Being open isn't a weakness. It's a strength. When you allow yourself to be open, you open the door to healing, connection, and growth. It's in those open moments that you often find your greatest strength. When you let yourself feel, show, and be honest about what you're going through, you free yourself from trying to be perfect. You allow yourself to just be. And in that space, you find the strength to get through hard times. Getting through hard times needs hope. No matter how bad things seem, holding on to hope gives you the strength to keep going. Hope is believing that things can get better, that change is possible, and that the future holds chances for growth and healing. Hope is what keeps you going when everything seems impossible. Holding on to hope, even in the hardest times, helps you get through problems and keep moving forward with courage and determination. Taking charge of your life is one of the most powerful choices you can make. It means knowing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you are the one who shapes your reactions, choices, and future. Too often, we get stuck in a cycle of blame. We blame others or outside things for our unhappiness, failures, or problems. But when you switch your focus from what you can't control to what you can, you get your power back. You move from feeling helpless to feeling strong, purposeful, and able to act. At the heart of taking charge is realizing that your life is built on your choices. Every choice you make, big or small, affects your present and your future. The people you spend time with, the jobs you choose, the habits you form, and how you approach life, all these choices are yours. While you can't know every outcome or promise that everything will go perfectly, you can decide how you react to every situation you face. And that ultimately shapes your life. When you start taking charge of your life, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of bad luck. You stop blaming your problems on others or on things you can't control. Instead, you know that even if bad things happen, how you react to them is completely up to you. This change in thinking is very freeing. It removes the need to get approval from others because you know that the power to change your life is within you. You start to realize that you are the one who can make things happen. And that understanding becomes the energy that drives your actions. Taking charge doesn't mean you have to do everything alone or carry all the worries of the world by yourself. It doesn't mean hiding your feelings or pretending everything is always fine. In fact, taking charge means admitting when things are hard, asking for help when you need it, and being honest about where you are. It means knowing that even when you feel unsure or open, you can choose how to move forward. You might not have all the answers right now, and that's okay. What matters is that you are willing to own your actions and choices and take the steps needed to create the life you want. One common way people avoid taking charge is by blaming others. It's easy to point fingers when things go wrong. Whether it's blaming a partner for relationship problems, a boss for a career setback, or society for not having chances. But blame doesn't change anything. It doesn't fix the problem or get you closer to a solution. In fact, blaming others can keep you stuck feeling like a victim, where you feel powerless and unable to make progress. When you take charge of your life, you stop blaming others for your situation. You start asking yourself, what can I do to make this better? What steps can I take to move forward? Taking charge also means being honest with yourself about your choices. It's easy to make excuses for why things didn't work out or to blame outside things for your failures. But real growth comes from knowing yourself and being honest. When you take charge, you admit both your successes and your mistakes. You know that your choices have effects, and you learn from them. This doesn't mean beating yourself up over every mistake or regretting every choice. It means understanding that every experience, good or bad, offers important lessons that can help you grow. This kind of self-awareness takes courage. It's not always easy to look at yourself honestly and see where you fell short or made bad choices, but it's needed for growth. When you take charge of your life, you are not just accepting your past actions, but also promising yourself to improve. You are deciding to make better choices, to learn from your mistakes, and to take control of your future. Another powerful part of taking charge is understanding that your past doesn't define you. Everyone has had failures, setbacks, and hard times. But these don't have to control your future. Taking charge of your life means choosing not to let past mistakes or situations tell you who you are today. It means giving yourself the freedom to start fresh, to make new choices, and to create a life that matches your values and goals. Your past may have shaped you, but it doesn't have to limit you. One of the main good things about taking charge is the power that comes with it. When you stop waiting for things to change or for others to fix your problems, you get your power back. You realize that you are the one who can make things happen. Whether it's making your relationships better, moving up in your career, or feeling better in yourself, you are the one who can make a difference. This realization is very powerful. It moves you from a passive role, where you are controlled by outside things, to an active role where you lead your life and create the changes you want to see. Changing your focus from what you can't control to what you can is one of the most powerful changes you can make. It's very easy to get stuck thinking about things that are out of your hands. Life throws challenges at us every day, and often these problems seem bigger than us. Whether it's a difficult situation, someone's behavior, or an unexpected event, the pull to focus on what we can't change is strong. But when we constantly think about things that are out of our control, we use up all our emotional and mental energy. We end up feeling powerless and overwhelmed. The first step in changing your focus is to know what you can control and what you can't. You can't control how others act, how the world works, or many of the outside things you face. It's pointless to spend time and energy trying to change things you can't. But what you can control is how you react to those things. You can control your actions, your mindset, your feelings, and your choices. These are the areas where your power lies. When you stop trying to control everything around you, you free yourself from constant frustration. Think about how much mental energy goes into trying to change the outcome of situations you can't control. For example, imagine someone treats you badly, and you keep thinking about how to make them understand your point of view. You play the talk over and over, checking every word, wondering what you could have said differently. The truth is, no amount of thinking will change how that person reacts. The only thing you can control is your reaction to their behavior, how you choose to move forward, and how much emotional space you let them take up in your life. This change in focus needs you to understand deeply that you have the power to control your own actions. You can't change someone else's behavior, but you can decide if you let their actions upset your peace. You can choose to react with kindness, to let go of bad feelings, and to focus on your own well-being instead of staying stuck in someone else's negativity. By focusing on what you can control, you stop giving away your power to others. One common area where we struggle with control is our expectations. We often expect life to happen a certain way, and when things don't go to plan, we feel sad and defeated. For example, you might have a picture of how your career should go, how relationships should grow, or how you want your life to look at a certain time. When things don't match those hopes, it can lead to disappointment. But when you change your focus from what you expected to what is possible, you open yourself up to new chances. You can start to see life not as something that must fit a certain shape, but as a journey full of lessons and growth. We need to learn how to let go of strict expectations and welcome the unknown. It's about accepting that life may not always go as planned, but that doesn't mean it's a failure. Every experience, good or bad, teaches us something important. When we focus on what we can control, we allow ourselves to adapt, to grow, and to become stronger when life is uncertain. We stop fighting change and start flowing with it. How we see problems is also something we control. When we face setbacks or challenges, it's easy to feel like the world is against us. But what if you saw challenges as chances? What if you started seeing every problem as a chance to learn, adapt, and get stronger? This change in how you think can make a huge difference in how you handle life's difficulties. Instead of feeling frustrated or sorry for yourself, you can focus on how to get through the challenge in front of you. When you focus on what you can do rather than what you can't, you open the door to finding solutions. This change also applies to your feelings. We are often controlled by our feelings, letting them decide how we react to life's problems. But the truth is that while feelings are real and part of being human, we don't have to let them control us. You can control how you react to your feelings. You can choose to know how you feel without letting it stop you. For example, if you're feeling angry or sad, it's okay to feel those emotions, but it's important to ask yourself, how can I move forward? What can I do right now that will help me feel better or make the situation better? By changing your focus from being overwhelmed by feelings to taking action, you can get back a sense of control over your life. You don't have to be controlled by your feelings. Instead, you can let your feelings tell you things and then move forward with purpose. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending they don't exist. It means knowing that you have the power to choose how you react and that you can control your emotional journey. Another area where focusing on what you can control is key is in going after your goals. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't happen as fast as you'd like or when you face setbacks. But when you focus on what you can control, the actions you take, the effort you put in, the small steps you make every day, you start to see progress. You may not be able to control the exact outcome or timing, but you can control the work you put in, the mindset you keep, and how much you keep trying. When you let go of needing to control every small detail and focus on the things within your power, you start to see the bigger picture. You start to realize that success is built on steady effort, not on forcing things to happen on your schedule. The power of focusing on what you can control also helps reduce stress. When we focus on things outside of our control, it's easy to get worried, stressed, and overwhelmed. But when we put our energy into the present moment and the actions we can take, we start to feel calm. Stress doesn't come from things we can't control. It comes from fighting against accepting them. When we learn to let go of needing to control everything, we free ourselves from that stress and start to live more peacefully. Changing your focus from what you can't control to what you can is something you have to practice all the time. It takes time, patience, and knowing yourself, but the rewards are huge. You'll find you have more emotional stability, more peace of mind, and a stronger sense of power. Most importantly, you'll realize that you've always had the power to make changes in your life simply by focusing on the things you can control. Embracing your strength is a very important step to becoming who you're meant to be. It's easy to think we're not strong enough, or that we can't handle life's problems. But the truth is, everyone has an amazing amount of strength inside them that they can use. The question is, do we see it? Do we let ourselves truly know the power we have? Often we believe that strength is something you either have or don't. But real strength isn't about some natural trait. It's about being able to rise, to get through things, and to keep going even when life gets hard. It's about finding the strength that is already inside us, even when we feel weakest. One of the first things to understand about embracing your strength is that it's not about being perfect. Strength doesn't mean you never feel scared, unsure, or vulnerable. It doesn't mean you never have doubts. In fact, the biggest sign of strength is being able to feel those emotions and still move forward. Strength isn't about not having weak feelings. It's about being able to keep going even when you do. It's about showing up even when things are against you and fighting for what matters. When you embrace your strength, you are admitting that even if life doesn't always go your way, you have the ability to get through whatever comes. Our society often praises people for what they achieve outside, how much they've done, how far they've come, how much success they've gathered. But true strength isn't just measured by outside achievements. Strength is found in how we handle the fights inside us, the problems no one sees but that make us who we are. The moments when we feel tired, defeated, and unsure, but choose to get up anyway. True strength is quiet. It's not about boasting or showing off. It's about showing up for yourself when no one else can. When it feels like you have nothing left to give. It's about knowing that you can, even when you don't feel like it. Embracing your strength also means accepting your faults and imperfections. Too often we're taught to hide our weaknesses, to pretend that we're always fine, to put on a show of being perfect. But true strength is in accepting those imperfections, in accepting that we are not perfect and that it's okay. Strength comes from learning how to live with our faults and still move forward. It's about being honest with ourselves about where we fall short and choosing to grow anyway. It's about saying, I'm not perfect, but I'm still worthy. I still have the power to move forward and make a difference in my own life. One of the most powerful things we can do to embrace our strength is to trust ourselves. It's easy to look outside ourselves for approval, to seek praise from others, or to doubt our own abilities. But the truth is, we are the only ones who can truly decide our worth and our power. Trusting in yourself is about believing that you can handle whatever life throws at you. It's about having faith in your own skills, in your gut feelings, and in the choices you make. When you trust yourself, you let your inner strength shine. You let yourself be the person you are meant to be without holding back or doubting yourself. Another key part of embracing your strength is learning how to get through hard times. Life is full of setbacks, problems, and difficult moments. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't go as planned, but real strength is found in how we react to hard times. Do we give up, or do we keep going? Do we let the problems define us, or do we use them as steps to grow stronger? Every problem gives a chance to build resilience. When you face hard times and push through them, you are making yourself stronger to deal with the next problem that comes your way. The more you practice getting through challenges, the stronger you become. Strength also comes from knowing when to ask for help. Often we think that embracing our strength means doing everything alone. But the truth is that true strength involves knowing when we need support and letting ourselves receive it. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. It takes strength to admit that we don't have all the answers and that we need others to help us through tough times. Embracing your strength means knowing when to rely on others and trusting that it's okay to ask for help when you need it. Another important part of embracing your strength is learning how to take charge of your life. It's easy to blame others or outside things for our struggles. But true strength comes from taking ownership of our own lives. It's about accepting that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we react. We can control how we move forward, what choices we make, and how we show up in the world. When we take charge of our lives, we get our power back. We stop letting outside things control our happiness and success, and we start acting to create the life we want to live.